All right, thank you, man. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
Too. All right, so next up we have, I believe it's Apes Together Strong playing again versus 2D Sim Squad. And what I always say about doubleheaders, that's a big risk. If you lose the first game, you're tilted for the second.
Yeah, you have to be scared when
And this is
anytime you sign up for a doubleheader.
this is one of those you don't really want to lose this game, especially because this puts Apes. This will put Apes Together at 1-5 if they drop this game.
And now, luckily for those that might not know, this tournament, every team will get a shot to make playoffs, no matter where they end. There will be a gauntlet, a best of one series gauntlet, played between all of the teams that do not make it automatically qualify for playoffs. So they will have a shot to run it to try to get in. But yeah, it definitely when you're playing that gauntlet, I'd much rather be the sixth seed sitting at the very end of the gauntlet than I would be that number 10 who has to play what 3 or 4 best of ones in a row and win all 4 of them to just make it to playoffs to actually have to play
Yep, they
another
have to
couple
win
best of
4.
threes just to make it to finals. So yeah, I think every win is pretty important here, and
Indeed.
yeah, you're gonna need. I mean, just to get
Plus,
you, because just one more win gets you that extra spot where you don't have to maybe play so many best of ones in a row and risk losing your
and you
playoff
also start
run.
looking at tiebreakers because odds are some teams are going to finish with the same number of wins and losses. Um, and you're looking at like you can still make 1-4 is not out of reach. Like you can still make that fifth seed,
Oh, you could go 5. I think 5 and 4 is all you'll need to make the fifth seed. I think if
the
you
sixth
finish
seed.
below 5 and 4, you probably, if you finish 4 and 5, yeah, I don't think you'll auto qualify for playoffs. I think you need the 5 and 4 to make it. 4 and 5 should get you the 6 or 7 spot. I believe we'll have a team or two tie for that. But yeah, you're good. But you could still, none of the teams right now, nobody has more than 4 losses. So realistically, every team, if they win out, could easily qualify for that last playoff spot.
And no team has more than 4 wins.
True. There are some teams that are 4-0 though. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I would say that there seems to be a very clear separation from the top 4 teams and bottom 6. So it seems
I
like
actually
I,
don't agree.
you don't agree,
No, I think there's a clear separation from the top 2.
do you?
Yeah, I I don't know, and even then, I mean, I think we've seen Forehead now lose to Wooloo Gang. Um, we saw 2D Sim Squad lost to the Washington League Ball team, but I
Mm-hmm.
think all of their other wins came. I think they've beaten Wooloo Gang before Big Ichi. I think
The Gum Squad,
they beat Gum Squad, and then they beat like
Ramley.
Ramily. So, and Gum Squad and Wooloo Gang pre Big Ichi were like are pretty much consensus 9 and 10 teams. So
Yeah.
I don't think 2D Sim Squad. I think they've only played one like really competitive game, and they lost it. So
Okay.
they have not had to play Rams of Love or Mop yet, um, or Forehead. I don't think. So it's it's a lot of games left here. Oh, draft started actually, so we probably should
Talk about
get
that.
get over into that. Yeah.
2D Sims locking in the Echo for Lokesh. She's really turning into an Echo one trick. On the other side, Apes locking the Ashe, the Leona, and the Jarvan. Jarvan, a much more gank heavy jungle, really easy to pull off. Um, while Ashe and Leona just offer really good solid laning and engage in team fights.
Once again, banning the TF. I don't know. I mean, I think Echo and TF is
I
a
think
great
you let.
matchup too.
Yeah. You're
I
gonna
don't.
pick an assassin, just let him play TF.
Yeah, TF has especially after the change to his pick a card, his W. He cannot. He won't ever get 2 stuns. If you see him use a blue card in lane, if you see him use any card in lane, he is it's a free trade because it won't be up in time for him to actually stop you from just going all in, and he won't be able to trade any damage back in on you. So it's a really hard champ to play into any kind of like aggressive assassin pick. So I just leave it up personally, but a lot of bans coming through here. You could definitely see a Jarvan Leona combo coming across for Apes. It's a really good
Ezreal
team
coming
fight
through.
combo.
Ezreal Braum is maybe the safest spot lane of all time. That bot lane, if it dies, they must have done something wrong. Or Necton again coming through from the other. He seems like when Alawi and York are banned, he seems to very clearly just opt into Renekton. Right? Like almost
Yeah,
instantly.
I like the Renekton pick. I think Renekton's strong, and I think it fits well into like Dog's playstyle. But it is a little concerning that he's picking it into the Shen again. We just saw him play it into a Shen, and he wasn't able to get any kind of significant like pressure. They did use the Rift Herald to break the first turret, but a 20 CS lead for your Renekton against a Shen
Oriana
is
coming through.
yeah, that's a decent pick. It kind of slams Echo early levels.
It's a good wombo, like with Ori Jarvan, but
Yeah, I actually like it. I think picking for a good like wombo combo team fight is really
it's
important in
Shen
VCU
jungle and
LCS.
Irelia top.
Interesting. That is
Or is it
Lokesh
Braum
gonna go
top? Wait, is it Braum top, Echo jungle, Irelia mid?
Shen support. Lot of
Actually,
potential
okay.
combos here.
Here's my final fucking my final fucking offer. Right? It is Braum support, Irelia mid, Echo jungle, Shen top.
I still think it's probably just Echo mid, Irelia top, Shen jungle, Braum Ezreal bot. But knowing that there is a Braum top player on 2D Sim Squad, even if he has been playing ADC all tournament, that it could be a Braum top. I don't want to see Braum top. I do think that Renekton will be able to dog Braum top, but we'll see.
Awful.
We'll see. I'm trying my best.
It's late at night.
It could be just the Irelia mid.
I'd say Irelia mid. I'm telling you.
It makes sense. Lokesh has been playing a lot of Irelia. He's played at top a lot, and he's played at mid a lot, so it's still decent. And I don't know if I'd want that Irelia against a Renekton. I think
But
Renekton
I
kind
would
of
want
bodies her.
Irelia against Oriana. That's a player diff check right there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to just to diff that lane. Once again, Oriana, with the range and her ball, she does kind of beat up on melee champs early levels, but Irelia is also, as soon as she hits level 2, she's extremely dangerous if you don't keep track of her passive stacks.
Yep.
Because if she gets 5, dashes to a backline minion, and gets that stun on you, you just die. There's just nothing you can do. So you have to pay really good attention to when you can actually safely step up and trade and when you need to back off.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Shen top. Echo jungle.
Looks like it, yeah. That's going to be Irelia mid then. It will not be the Braum top. Unfortunate.
One thing
It
I
would've
am
been
very
nice to
worried
see.
about for red side is the maybe not so well known, maybe well known, I don't know, meme of Lokesh in a side lane. Picking Irelia is really dangerous for his own mental of maybe I go to side lane and never come back.
Yeah, if they get if they get behind at all, if
Because they
Lokesh's
don't win team
Irelia
fights
is,
without him. Like they can get straight womboed from Oriana Jarvan in the
I think
Leona.
they get womboed with her too. To be honest.
Yeah, but with her, I feel like they have a fight. Like if he gets a good flank, he can blow up the back line before his carries die. Because it's Braum, Ezreal, Shen, and Echo. They can survive for a little bit even if they get wombo.
True, definitely true. I think though that this is a clear like 5v5 versus split push comp. I mean, Echo's great in a side lane. Irelia's great in a side lane.
They're
Shen is
safe.
great in a side lane. You can stick any of these 3 champs can take to a side lane depending on who you think has the best matchup. And
There's very little pick potential on them. Like it's very hard to pick out Braum, Ezreal, and Echo.
very true.
And Shen.
Ashe ult is a little bit scary if you're going to pick off the side laners, but yeah, it's not going to be super useful into an Ezreal who can just dash away, or an Echo, or a Braum.
It's very clear. We won a death ball versus we think we're better. Like 2D Simps is in their head picking these champions because they think they're just better. So they're going to play like it.
Yeah, I think I like the death ball comp personally. I think death ball comps work really well. So many times in this tournament and in tournaments past, we've seen teams pick into the side lane comps, pick into the split push comps, get stronger in the side lanes, look like they have an easy path to win the game, and then they still group up and fight. And I think just knowing the tendency of players around this level to just want to group up and fight and not executing the split push correctly.
Like we saw at Wembley.
Yeah, I tend to think 5v5 Deathball Wombo combo comps are just generally better because it's just so much easier to execute. And if you can get any of these early dragons, you make them come to you, and they have to opt into your playstyle if they don't want to give up soul. So I think it's an easier way to play the game, and probably with the general meta, the better way to play as well. But, you know, once again, if player difference is big enough and if they actually can execute this comp, I mean, it doesn't leave you much counterplay if you are playing against a split push comp that you cannot side lane against and they actually execute it properly. It's really hard to do anything. It feels like if you go to get that dragon, well, you lose an inhib, and then you want to go get the next dragon. Well, now you've lost your other inhib, and now they're taking Baron while you do dragon, and now they're pushing into your whole base and killing you. It feels kind of doomed, and especially with Shen, who can just join you across the map anyway. You don't you have 2 teleports there, so it makes it really easy.
It really, really does. I do think that if red team doesn't snowball the game, like, you get into some dangerous territory.
Yeah.
But looking at blue side, they got snowballed on the last game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think Blue Side's comp wins early against this team. I mean, Ash Leona should have decent lane pressure into Ezreal Braum, and Pooh and Karuz in the bot lane have looked like 2D Simp Squad's weakest links. They haven't been able to win lane pretty much ever. Before the return of Big Ichi, actually, I think that was the only bot lane that Wulu Gang's bot lane had actually kind of styled on. So I do think they're kind of a vulnerable point, though we did see 9 IQ player and Kyoshimon kind of bullied by the jungler in that last game.
But it still shows vulnerability. The fact they lost even.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I think they, even in another winning matchup, I would like to see them actually use that winning matchup to get an advantage instead of just getting ganked over and over and snowballed on.
It is just kind of crazy to talk about 9 IQ player being a vulnerable spot on the team when
Yeah,
he's their second diamond player.
he should be he should be able to bot diff basically everybody except for I think the bot lane of Washington League Ball team. None of those players are as high elo as he is, but it's 2 plats paired against I forget what Kyoshimon is, silver I think, against a
Yeah.
diamond silver. So
I would give Tony his credit and say he's really a diamond player that just hasn't played this season, considering he was diamond last season. But nah, fuck Tony.
I just mean going off the actual ranks.
Mhm.
9 IQ players should theoretically be pretty much the best AD in this tournament. None of the captains are playing ADC this
Indeed.
semester. None of the captains are playing support. So he should be the best ADC in the tournament. And just haven't really seen it from Apes yet.
So we're loading in the game. Hopefully no teams get beaten by Boris. But I'm sure Lokesh will find a way to do it.
I'm sure. Hopefully, Boris has been absolutely robbing people of this tournament. I mean, he is paying.
I want to say something. Lokesh brought teleport. You know how long I've been bugging him that you don't have to bring ignite versus every matchup. Because if you're going to side lane, bring teleport, and he fucking did it.
Thank God.
Lokesh,
you can't.
Lokesh.
It would have been pretty concerning to me if he took ignite actually, because
Yeah.
it shows that he fundamentally wouldn't have understood the win condition for this team comp.
Yep.
If you take ignite here, you think you win by. I mean, I think snowballing is a big win con, but it means you think you win by snowballing and then team fighting, because you can't go to a side lane on Irelia if you've got ignite.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, you might get some turrets and stuff, but that's guaranteed objectives for blue side if you don't take that teleport. Whereas with the TP, I mean, I don't think the Irelia even needs the ignite, and with the TP, it allows him a much better. I mean, now he can match up against Orianna in the side lane, who doesn't have teleport actually. So not only does he have immense kill pressure, but Orianna can't. Nobody can actually match against him. They have 2 TPs to 1. So if him and Shen both go, they have to give up one side lane if they want to get an objective.
Yep.
Which is kind of doomed.
Orianna with the phase rush and ghost really saying he's playing for the engages, the ultis.
Yeah, I think if I'm Gragas Opa here, I'm doing whatever I can. I don't know if you need a gank mid, but I'm doing whatever I can
You need
to
to
keep mid
hover.
from getting ganked.
You
Yeah,
need to
you need to
hover.
hover mid the whole game, or the whole laning phase. Because if your Orianna is getting kind of dunked on, it's going to be real concerning. But the other lanes theoretically should win on their own, and if they're getting ganked, I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate, but echo ganks aren't, necessarily like the most devastating in the world. They're not impossible to get away from by any means.
Yeah.
So kind of let your top and bot fend for themselves, I'd say, and generate their own advantages, and just keep your Orianna from getting super far behind, because that's the damage portion of your wombo. That's the most important part. The Gragas can be, 0 and 10. Leona can be 0 and 10. They still have the abilities and the crowd control for that wombo. But if Orianna's ultimate doesn't do any damage, just tickles the enemy,
There's
it doesn't
a
matter
level
how
2
many
gank
crowd
coming in
control you
bot
throw on
lane.
them. I don't like this one.
Nope, because it's a
from
heal
Ezreal.
cleanse bot lane. Ezreal Braum.
He crucially does come before Ezreal has level 2, so he does not have the E to get away, but he actually misses the
They get the
knockup.
stun on him,
Gets stunned up, gonna take
and
a
they
lot
walk
of damage
away.
here.
They don't have to burn either sum.
Yeah, and that's before Ezreal has level 2, so he couldn't
Yep.
even dash away, and you still can't make the gank work. That's
The thing
concerning.
is, not only does it before Ezreal has level 2, it is also before the stun misses.
That was actually scary. I mean, that stun could have just been the game, honestly, right there.
Yep.
2 Jokers pushed up in the side, in the mid lane. Lokesh on level 2 with 5 stacks on his passive. If he hits that stun, I think you're burning flash, and you still just might die.
An invade going on, and they catch him out.
They're collapsing.
Ori does have prio early. They catch Yukino Simp, and he's going to
gonna
drop.
die here.
Yeah, he's going to drop.
2
two
Jokers probably
Jokers
fall as well.
Crashing
Flash.
into the bush. Well played, sir. I think
Yeah,
you could have
really
flashed
good
the other
job.
way and it would have been fine. But flashing into the bush for style points, saying you can't even see me, and they get the mid jungle of red side.
That's really good. You get a kill over onto Dog, who can now use that to get a little bit more gold and maybe actually win this matchup a little bit harder than he was able to win the Shen matchup in his last game. And then just setting Irelia behind, setting this Echo behind, really
Honestly,
makes it
that
hard.
invade. You're 1,000% correct, and that invade was just disrespectful. Like
It needed to be
like-
quicker. He
no,
saw,
not only that, Orianna and Renekton both had prio.
Yeah.
Why would you invade? It's disrespect. It's saying I don't think he's smart enough to check, or I think my laners are so much like the player diff is so high that even without prio they'll come and we'll win.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just overconfident. And I think we've seen that from a lot of junglers this tournament too. A lot of the good junglers have been definitely overconfident.
Irelia still has flash, but this gank might burn it. The Echo may counter gank if they get it to run down, but Dog
Keep
is
pushing
losing
forward.
health.
Echo's stun is here. 2 Jokers has no summoner.
They should be able to
spells.
disengage this pretty. Gragas Opa going in on a very weird angle. The stun misses, and I believe
he's
he's just
gonna
gonna get out.
It is.
That's-
It's still a decent play from here. Oh, the blue
Blue team's
is
bot
actually
lane.
broke up.
They missed the CC, but
They walk
that's
out.
That's when you have 3 lanes with pressure, you're allowed to make these type of plays. It makes Echo is not a farming. He's a scaling champion, but it's weird in the jungle because he's not a farming jungler. He doesn't
Yeah.
clear that fast.
They're
So
not even gonna get punished bot lane.
so when you're behind like this, it's
Feels
it's a
bad.
bit. You want to accelerate with this composition, and if you can't do that, then blue side's definitely in a very good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the Irelia is definitely not in a spot where Orianna suddenly wins to the side lanes.
Oh no, but
The weaker she is, comparatively to this Orianna, the harder it is for you to work those advantages. Because
Orianna doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to get ahead. You can press R.
yeah, she can still do her job in the team fights and try to just avoid the Irelia. Now the TP makes it a little bit difficult because Orianna has Ghost and can't actually even just sit under tower. But if the Irelia is not ahead enough in the side lane to like dive and kill Orianna under turret while she just tries to farm up, you don't have to win that side lane as the Ori. You just gotta hang out. You just gotta
You
not
really
die.
don't. This gank top lane is very. It requires Dog to do that.
Do
It
that.
requires
Yeah,
him to do that.
Actually,
He's
and
gonna
still
eat right
gets
back out. Actually, he's fine. But
I
it
thought-
required him to E in and E in again.
Yeah, it required him to take the fight. He needed to E and then E aggressively
Into
again,
an
or-
entire minion wave. It's not diveable either.
No.
Echo with no ulti.
Ooh, the
Ooh,
stun is
we're
hit
looking
this
at
time. Two
a
Jokers
lot of damage
disengagement.
here.
No summoner
Flash.
spells.
That's what, yep, Lokesh gets a solo kill.
Well done. I mean, that shows you right there how dangerous
Flash
Irelia
is down
is.
for Orianna.
It's one of the reasons they did take the magic damage shield away from her W, which makes her better in top than she is mid, but it shows you why Irelia mid is dangerous, because these mages have no counterplay to Irelia stacking her passive, landing her stun, and then just killing you. There's nothing
Like
Orianna
cooking.
can do there except for flash away.
Yep, and without Flash,
Yeah,
bad position.
there's nothing she can do there.
The dragon does go over to blue side.
Which is still good. I mean, that's really good for them.
That's what we take those right there.
Well, and it's a Cloud Drake too, which I think personally, Cloud
So
Drake
the soul
is
going to be either fire or water.
Once again, you take those for sure. Fire Dragon, add more wombo combo damage. Ocean, best soul in the game, in my opinion. And then I think Cloud is one of the best early Drakes you can get, because as a Drake by itself, I think it's super good. I think 10% ult
very
ADR
effective.
is insane.
Mhm.
Compared to, the tiny bit of AP, tiny bit of tank stats you get from any other dragons by themselves. I mean, I think Cloud Drake by itself is the best one, hands down.
Yep. Lokesh, you can't freeze this wave like that. That's not how you freeze a wave. You overstack,
take a
you
lot
gotta
of
trim it. You have to trim it. He's half health now.
Yeah. He
I know he has
does still
scorpion
have-
potions, but that's
yeah.
avoidable.
And he's got his Bilgewater Cutlass. He'll
He's
heal
still
back
gonna
up.
push into you. This is not a freeze.
Two
I don't think
Jokers
two
still
Jokers
doesn't
can tell the
have a
difference though.
flash.
But he does
TP
have to
is
go.
coming in.
He doesn't. He has not. He does not ulti. He never
Oh.
ultis.
Dog is probably doomed here.
Yep.
The
He
Shen
didn't
ult
W the
doesn't save low
Shen
death.
shield. He's gonna get the flash. Yep. That's a big throw. Two Jokers doesn't ulti. Dog doesn't W the Shen shield. He uses it early.
Yeah. That's rough. I mean, this is now 20 CS, 2 kill Irelia. Even despite the early death in the invade beforehand, she's much stronger than two Jokers right now. Two Jokers pushed up despite the fact that his flash wasn't quite up yet, still a couple seconds on there, and just really punished for it. I mean, if he gets hit by the ult, gets hit by the stun, he's doomed. You cannot push up against Irelia. It's really frustrating to play against, I know, but you can't give into it. Irelia will be actually pretty. I mean, she's not super great if she can't get this lead.
Yeah.
She's hard to play in the team fights. We've seen other Irelias even get kills. We saw it with Rajiv yesterday, actually. He managed to get kills in the side lane, but in a team fight, the second he gets hit by crowd control, he just instantly burst out and completely useless.
Good dodge on the stun.
Yeah, you have to dodge.
Oh, but that
No.
misses, and that's bad. He can get right click to death from here. He's gonna have to flash. Oh,
He's
a
trying
bit of
to bait the gank.
miscommunication, but he's gonna get the kill.
Good. I mean, you want that kill onto two Jokers, but I mean, I think you just take that there.
Definitely
you
take
have
it.
to burn the flash. He was holding it, I think, trying to bait the gank for Gragas Opa.
Both Jarvan and two Jokers burn flash.
Yeah, I mean, two Jokers was correct. He did. I think he even waited too long, but he had to wait as long as he could to get Gragas Opa in range, and Gragas Opa still wasn't in range without his flash.
Yeah.
So do what you got to do, but you get the shutdown onto Lokesh here. You save two Jokers from feeding over more kills, and you keep the gold lead pretty much even. Meanwhile, though, Dog is not in a super good spot top lane. Shen's got a kill. I think they're pretty much even on gold. Dog's up 200, but not any real sort of lead. He is going for the Blade of the Rune King this time, so he will be. I think that's a lot better against the Shen here, but Shen did opt into armor, and I just don't think he's going to have any real kill threat on the Shen for a long time, if ever.
One thing I would have liked to see is Lokesh holding a freeze. What he's doing is he's getting a freeze, and then he's queuing to all of the minions, killing them, and if he doesn't get the trade, then the wave just pushes back, bailing the Orianna out. What he does, he doesn't have to do that. What he can do is he can hold the freeze, never queue to a minion, and have Echo gank on repeat.
True, and there's nothing Orianna can do about it.
Oh yeah, it's free.
He's trying
it's
to
free
find the
kill.
kills themselves, and to get the kills, he needs his passive stacks.
You don't have to solo kill people.
Yeah, you could just let Echo come
E
in.
forward on the Ezreal means he takes a little bit of damage.
Echo's coming in for a gank here on the bot lane, but a ward does spot him out, so should be okay. A lot of damage over on a Lokesh. He is getting
He has
pretty
blade.
low
He'll heal it up.
and corrupting.
Yeah.
it got a little bit dangerous. If Ori had actually hit her ult, if she went for it there, could have chunked him out pretty low. Maybe looked for the kill, but I think that only works if you're able to actually pull him under turret, and I don't know if he was in range for that.
The Renekton is getting Blade first this time. This gank is a bit... It's good damage, but...
If they... I don't think they were
the
on the
Ash
same
arrow
page
comes
there.
down. The Jarvan is
cleanse.
here. It was a
Good
good
Leona
ton.
ult.
The ulti's gonna come down, and who has no more escapes? This is a late TP. A very late TP from Lokesh.
He might be able to take a triple kill here, though.
Yep. Oh yeah, he
Heal
gets
coming
he gets
in.
done. Wait, this Shen ulti.
Leona's still alive, and now she goes down.
I really called that TP late because it gave them a lot of, like, blue side had a lot of time to just leave.
But they wanted both kills. They wanted the kill on the
They
cruise
stutter
as well.
stepped a bit too much and it let Irelia blow them up.
Kill them all.
The Shen TP's back top just to get chunked, and he's in dive territory right now.
Yeah, the lack of TP on Orianna.
I guess open looking for the steal.
I think if he gets it, it's huge.
He does get the
He does
steal.
get it. I think he can die here. Well, actually, with the
Orianna's here.
Orianna could kill with ult if she looks.
Yep.
If she focuses.
Good
for
double
Rune and not
ulti.
Echo.
Echo
Now
ulti's
they gotta
out. We're
back
gonna
up.
get no
Lokesh is
kills on
coming
either side, but the Drake does go through. And
That
we're
is-
looking at a dive top lane. He doesn't kill him.
That dragon though is huge. I mean, being able, your team is looking to stack up these drakes here. It is going to be the Infernal Soul, I believe. based
Infernal
on the
Soul
color
is-
on the map.
This is a squishy red side.
Yeah,
Infernal
and-
Soul bursts them down.
2 dragons, just keeping the stacking on your side. You don't let red side stall you out by giving them an extra 5 minutes on this dragon soul. Because realistically, they're probably, now that laning phase is getting close to the end, they're not going to be grouping for these drakes anymore. If they're playing toward their win condition, they might just try to ARAM it just because, and just because that's what teams do at VCU. But I think they should be split pushing, and it should give you the next 2 dragons pretty easily.
One thing that is interesting is a lot of gold. All the gold is pretty much on the Irelia, who is in a position where, especially in fights, they need to outplay a lot. And
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the gold distribution on blue side is pretty. Most of it is on the Jarvan, but they don't. Ashe and Orianna do not need a whole lot of gold to be effective, especially with their team composition. It allows them to not have to worry about all their gold being on one person, and they can just take 5v5 fights. And if they execute correctly, it shouldn't matter if all the gold's on Irelia or if all the gold's Jarvan.
Yeah, just a stun on Irelia from somebody like either Dogs or Nectin or the Ash Arrow or Leona. Actually, there's just so much crowd control here. Any of it landing on the Irelia is pretty fight ending, actually.
One thing
Irelia
I
has
would like to see is
Irelia has to weave
UFS
in and out.
on Irelia, because this is a lot of CC from blue side. Whether it's a stun from Renekton, the whatever stun you want to talk about from Leona, or the Ash Arrow, and realistically, the Irelia should be this main target for that.
Irelia's here. Renekton has no escape anymore. They don't realize it. It's actually a 2v3, even though they think
Yeah,
it's
this fight's
2v2.
done.
Whew, and that's another kill for Lokesh's Irelia. That's really, really scary.
Ash Arrow
probably
does
buys enough
save.
time to get out.
They actually get the first tower. But Gragas was probably going to drop here, actually.
Yeah, the flash doesn't connect for Yukino.
A great
Simp,
parallel
but
convergence. Cuts off his path. And he's going
shut down.
to get a shutdown. That's important on the Echo.
2 Jokers kind of playing with fire up here. Is now about a 1,000 gold lead over onto the side of 2D Simp Squad. That's very good for them. They really need it, and a lot of it, like you mentioned, is on the Irelia, which is pretty important as well.
A TP from blue side coming down. The Shen
Shen
ulti
here
is
to match,
matching.
though. I don't think you want this if you're Dog. You
The
have no
cleanse?
ultimate.
Yeah, he's not. He's dead. He's going to drop.
He might get away, but Kiyoshimon's just going to take the
Oh,
L for him
yeah.
instead. They nearly all 3 die there. Yeah, once you see the Shen ult come in, you use your TP movement speed to run straight back to that turret. And personally, I don't think you go for that play at all, knowing that Shen's ultimate is up. If you haven't seen him use it for a while, you know the cooldown's going to be up. You just can't look for that teleport play.
The very
It's a fact-
damning part of Apes Together Strong is that their higher ranked players aren't playing like their higher ranks than their opponent.
Yeah. It feels pretty bad, and the 2 Jokers are probably just going to die.
Nah, no
Honestly,
ulti
I
from
think Lokesh
Lokesh.
could have just dove him.
No ulti. 2 Jokers
Yeah.
had ulti. It's not worth risking the shutdown, I think.
That's true. But you just can't. There's effectively 3 teleports on red side, and you've only got 1 on blue side. So every time Renekton's taking that teleport to look for a flank, he has to know that somebody's matching him. And right now, I think both Shen and Irelia provide more in like a 2v2 or 3v3 than he does.
Yeah. Plus, top lane, Renekton, I've noticed, does not have Conqueror either.
No, he went press the attack.
Versus a Shen.
Yeah. This Irelia, by the way, just to give you an idea of how fed she is up 2,000 gold on Renekton. Let's see, 1,600 gold on Jarvan, and 2,500 gold on Orianna.
Yeah.
Misses the stun there. This Renekton in the Shen matchup is just not one that Dog is really able to abuse. I mean, I think it's a good matchup for Shen, period. We even saw it. It got played a lot in LCS.
I don't think it's a winning matchup for Shen, but it's such a safe one.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. We got played enough in LCS where you were seeing players with the Renekton never able to punish Shen early, and then like later game, Shen was actually winning trades because Renekton's just not as tanky, and Shen damage is actually insane.
One thing I think is disappointing from blue side, ooh, they get the Ash Arrow onto the Lokesh. I don't think they get anything out of it here though.
No, and they do get the dragon taken away, which is really, really big for red side to stop that dragon stacking and keep them from getting a really early soul.
One thing I think is just unfortunate from blue side is that they didn't prioritize setup for that dragon and opt to go for Rift instead. After 14 minutes, after no plates to get out of it, when they're stacking Drakes, and that's probably their win con right now.
Yeah.
And they have a team fight composition that can really, like, if all 5 are set up, they can actually have a chance of winning team fights even with a gold deficit. My lane engages, but Echo is here, and Ash does not have ulti, and neither does Leona.
This turret's 1 HP. If Echo, it's gonna kill her anyway, but does turn back to hit the turret like I think he should have.
Ash has no stuns. Next time E is up, he's gonna drop. The ulti back is a bit... Yeah, they get him anyway, but I feel like he could have stood there and killed him. Like,
Karuz steals it with the Q.
Mid lane turret drops through. Well. This game is the snowball is snowballing.
Not a great game from Apes Together Strong. Looking, I don't know, a little tilted after game 1, and which you can easily come from doing a double header where you lose the first one. Oh, and 2 Jokers is just probably doomed. Good ult on
Ulti and Flash might have saved him, but
I don't even know that it does for sure. He is gonna get away. He does chunk out Lokesh, has his Luden, so he does a decent amount of damage at this point.
But you burned both sums for that, for an ulti.
Yeah. Dog is here, but he has no fury. Not really looking for the fight.
This gold lead has ballooned to 5,000 in 18 minutes.
Yeah. Not a good look for Apes. I don't think they... I mean, they could team fight against this gold lead, but it's with it, it's gonna be so hard because Irelia is not the only threat anymore. Even if you burn all your crowd control and you just burst out Irelia, whereas earlier when it was a 1k gold lead, you know, taking it down the extra 3k that Irelia had on anybody else is huge. Now you kill that Irelia, Echo's got gold, Shen has gold and damage. Pooh on his Ezreal is now sitting on 2 items and completed boots. He's got some saving damage.
Good engage with the parallel convergence. Shen's gonna come through, stun him up. Braum stun, he's gonna drop to the Echo. I guess I got the tower.
They're just way too ambitious here. They keep playing like Shen ult doesn't exist.
It looks like tilt play. It looks like we're just gonna do things and we're not gonna think about the consequences and hopefully it works.
Yeah, I mean, I legitimately don't think they remember that Shen ult's a thing.
Yep.
They keep taking plays not expecting that Shen will be there, and he's there every time because he has teleport and he has his ult. And I mean, I think the Ghost take from 2 Jokers. Normally, I'm a big fan of Ghost. Oh,
Orianna's gonna drop here. We got the scuttle though.
Worth
pushes up glasses. Worth.
He's tilted. That's a big oof moment right there. But I think 2 Jokers. I usually love Ghost on mages because it just it makes team fighting so much easier when you can run around with that much movement speed. But in the lane against Irelia, it helps you not at all because her dash range is long enough in a short lane to where Ghost really doesn't do anything for you. And without teleport, I mean, it's still 2 teleports to 3 because Shen's ult is up, but we've seen them just get outmapped so hard.
It's just like a fall. They're just getting picked around the map. Like it just looks like a fall apart. Oh, he just explodes.
Gragas Opa, 9 IQ player. Gonna go down too. Kyoshimon falling under turret. Not
It's
much
just it really looks like blue side just giving up, to be honest.
Yeah, at this point we've gotten to a score that's resembling their last game against Wooloo Gang. 4-15. 7k gold lead here at 21 minutes. Not quite 10k yet, which is what Wooloo Gang was hovering around at this point, but it's
Wooloo Gang had it 2 minutes from now. We'll give them some time.
Yeah, 2 more minutes. They could take a Baron here, maybe get that gold. The third,
get a solo kill maybe. The stun gets missed. Oh, Lokesh in the side lane. Lokesh in the side lane drops.
Well,
he trades
so
the kill.
Gets the kill.
The shutdown goes over though.
Yeah, it doesn't do much to.
That's actually kind of big because neither mid laners will be up for Infernal, and that's more impactful for red side.
Yeah. I mean,
you can see blue side pinging it, and I think they know that.
Fight here, but the wombo damage is all gone now. Orianna's down, so your team fight wombo combo is not effective. Are you really gambling this fight though on like how is Ashe supposed to kill these people?
Well, when you walk in one by one, this is what happens.
They're gonna go in. Gragas Opa's pretty much dead already. The Shen ult saves Yukino Simp, who actually ults at full health and gets taken really low because he ulted really early. Shen
W damage coming in.
All the damage. Dog dies though. 9 IQ player has been flanked by Lokesh, who because of his teleport, like we mentioned, is here first. 2 Jokers is still sitting in base or still running from base.
ADCs
call here as well.
ADCs that have outmatched 9 IQ player today alone. Simp for Sanch and Pooh.
Goodbye, Kyoshimon. You are dead as well.
Goodbye, Apes together strong.
Yeah, this
rough
is a
day.
Let's just
playoffs is still attainable. You might need a little bit of help now. Oh, it's tilt. It's tilt.
Yeah.
It's tilt.
I mean, they gave it a good shot. They held in both of these games. They held it, or not really in game 1. In this game, they held it together early for a while. They got that early good play, but at this point, I don't think there's a real like you mentioned earlier. It's a throw game. If they're able to get this game, it's because 2D Sim Squad just throws hard.
It should not be. It's not. It's in the realm of reason. Look at it. It's 1,000.
Yeah.
I said give it 2 minutes.
You're right. You're right. It is 10k now. 23 minutes. I don't think they have a way to make this game get back in their favor. I mean, their team fight Wombo is still good, but they're just down.
They don't have any damage behind it anymore. They can CC them for an hour and it won't matter.
Yeah. We saw how little damage they could do to Yukino Simp there. He even used his ult, I think, kind of incorrectly. Pulled himself out of the fight when he was still full health and had Shen on him, but he just went in, got a kill, and then took no damage during it. And meanwhile, he's bursting out Gragas Opa with lots of DPS.
It's just looking like a team diff. Lokesh is 2 levels up, but it's Renekton still.
Yeah, his combo is down though. Lokesh has much more consistent DPS.
Yep, he's gonna right click him to death.
Yeah, couldn't one-shot him, and his cooldowns are too long right now to actually get him a second round before Lokesh just wails him down.
And he only has 1.5 items.
Yep, 1.5 items against 2 of the most.
I don't know how you could expect to beat Lokesh in a side lane without a tower.
I don't know if you could beat Lokesh in a side lane even with a turret. That should be a free Baron. I don't think they, without Dog, honestly, even with him, but without Dog, I don't think they can contest this Baron in any way.
Yeah, 2 more people going for Lokesh in a side lane.
He has no ult this time. He is slowed down. If Ashe uses her...
Gragas Opa's getting right click to death.
Ashe is here now, though. Could be some damage.
Shen has come to help Lokesh in the side lane. Lokesh misses the stun. Does still drop to 9 IQ player.
But 9 IQ player is about to be 9 IQ dead.
It's looking not okay, huh?
Oh,
a good Orianna ulti.
Not
but
enough.
It doesn't, like, they can CC him till Kingdom Come. They don't have any damage.
First from Pooh. This is what happens
Who said I win these?
Yeah, this is what happens when Pooh sits in lane all game. His team is absolutely carrying everybody, and then suddenly in team fights he's now 7-1. I think he was 0-0 or 0-1 actually.
Ezreal, he scaled.
Yeah, through most of the game, and then suddenly he gets a couple of good team fights where his team's strong and gets him low, and now he's 7-1-9 and absolutely putting out horrendous DPS, just bodying these squishier members. And the non-squishier members, like Gragas Opa, are kind of getting bodied as well. Should be pretty easy to close up the game at this point. I think you just kind of group mid and walk it in.
Astro hits, but
What are you
that's
doing here?
it. Got him, I guess. Ash is dead.
Worth. You got Echo W. Good try.
They're running up the score a little bit. A good Orianna ulti with no damage behind it.
Yeah.
Orianna's dead. That's a triple.
And this is going to be the game.
Or a double. The other one didn't count, I guess.
Lokesh is even farming in the jungle. He's not even here.
He just wants to be in his side lane.
Oh,
He does shut down.
That's one
It might be a little bit of a troll, but
2 shutdowns?
onto the Jarvan.
It's still 12k, but it was just like 13 or 14, so you know, that's
Looking winnable, boys.
wouldn't go that far.
30-9.
Looking pretty devastating.
10 kills on both Lokesh and Yukino Simp. This isn't a side lane, Lokesh. This isn't where you're strong.
I think he's strong anywhere on the map at this point.
Nah, it's not a side lane.
Not a 5v1 kind of strong, but I think he's
Not a side lane.
Yeah.
And then the spam pings on the Infernal Drake. We got it this time, boys. Come backable.
Can Gragas Opa get a steal? He needs to get 2 in a row here if he can even survive 5 more minutes after this Drake. And I don't even know if Infernal Soul gives you enough extra stats to actually be in a winning position here. I don't think if you grab Infernal Soul and you're still down 10k, I don't think you're like, man, this is winnable. Like, this is easy win now. Lokesh is still dead, but does have teleport in 15 seconds when he's up. So if you can't take this fight right now, I don't think you want this fight at all.
Eric's second item on Dog is a bit beaten by Boris.
Yeah, that's not what.
They're really letting Pooh E forward unpunished.
Dog is keeping in, but so is Lokesh. It will be a 5v5, and red side is so much stronger right now. 2 Jokers is kind of caught out. Gragas Opa's ulted up. He's going to die. 9 IQ player. Is 9 IQ dead? Yoshimon falls as well. Dog dies. That is an ace. That took all of 5 seconds for them to complete.
When you stand, when you have the numbers advantage, and instead of engaging, you all stand in the same spot. I don't know how you can expect to do anything.
Gragas Opa hits him.
They weren't waiting for Dragon to spawn. It was spawn.
Yeah, I think smartly red side just decided not to do Dragon. Just wait for Lokesh to come back up. You know you win that 5v5 at this point, and you make blue side engage on you, and it's just hard to engage.
And we're looking at
real cues. They had to have Dog TP in earlier, but he was defending against the super waves and just didn't feel comfortable enough. I believe Lokesh wants an interview here, so I think we can pull him in and
he can come in himself.
Questions.
He has powers.
He does have powers. Well, Lokesh, if you're listening to the stream, please join us here. Tell us all about it. Your incredible.
This was 2 blowouts. They made it exactly 29 minutes.
Yeah, just not a great day for Apes.
Hey guys, powers, but I just want to say, I want to bring my boy Jacob in because he deserves it.
Why didn't you just tell us to interview Jacob instead of coming in to say we want to?
I'm gonna force him in anyways.
Come here, Jacob.
All right, Jacob's here.
Oh no.
Oh no. How's it going, Jacob? How do you feel about that game?
I feel like I got backpacked just like every other game, so I'm feeling pretty good. It's nice to be tall for once.
There you go.
You really are on Josh's team, huh?
It's true. I'm on his team. I'm his roommate. I'm gonna be in his bed sooner or later. Can I say that? Oh gosh, I think I just got banned. Oh shoot.
We love our boy Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, I love being on this team. It's really fun. I have really great individuals and Pooh.
And Pooh!
I love Pooh. Pooh is great. So.
That's the best thing I've heard yet. I will say, Jacob, you look pretty good there. You're up against Dog, who's one of our higher ranked top laners here. Yeah, Diamond. He's on VCU's B team for CSL. Definitely a feared top laner, but you just kind of hung out and took it. I mean, you outplayed him around the map using Shen ult and Shen teleport, and at the end of the game, you guys were basically had the exact same amount of gold. So how did it feel? Did you feel pressured up against that
You had
matchup?
way more KP.
Yeah,
That's true.
I like Shen. Shen is fun because like I know I'm not a better laner than him because like obviously he's D4. I'm silver 2 off roll top lane, but like Shen is fun. Like I know the matchups kind of okay. I played it pretty bad I think, but I mean it's really good to just ult around the map and help out. Like especially when I have like super hard carries like Lokesh, Josh, and honestly just everyone on my team like Pooh as well.
Hey! You say super hard carry, but all I'm gonna say is I couldn't do like 90% of the shit I did that game if it wasn't for your Shen ults, my guy. Okay.
It's
I don't know. You could
I
hit mid
hate
lane without
Soraka.
him.
I feel like I could just play Soraka top and I think we'd still win.
Let's not get cancerous here.
Yeah, I don't play that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about that. I think Dog is a good enough player to probably punish that. But
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm not sure. Did you guys watch the game before this where Apes Together played Wooloo Gang?
We were watching while trolling in Norm, so yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
we
get
were
the
kind of
idea for
terrorizing
the
you.
Shen from that game? Because
No,
Absolutely not. Shen's just been
Okay.
a staple for us for a while.
I mean, I've this is the first game I played Shen. Don't ban it, guys, please. I've only played it once.
Yeah,
There
well,
you
No, I played Shen a lot earlier.
the more you ban me out, the more my man Jacob can play Shen. So just a heads
True.
up.
we
This
did
is one of
just
those
see.
champs that's easy. So
Yeah, I was just gonna identify. We did see Dog play against it twice, and I think both players were about the same rank, and he had the same results where he just really couldn't punish the Shen at
Yeah.
all using that Renekton. I think it was just really good. It allowed your team to win on the map so much harder because bot lane wasn't going super great early in the game. The mid jungle duo had a little bit of a hiccup with that early invade, but bot lane stayed strong even with the kill donated over to Dog from the rest of his team. You stayed strong, you held up your end of the bargain, and you allowed your mid jungle to eventually get the game back in their hands and kind of start carrying.
yeah, I just think Shen is just like a really good pick. I mean, he's pretty overpowered. I would think like you could just ulti around the map, shield for your teammates to free teleport, and he's not bad in lane. Like he can trade really well with his like Q and grasp autos. So I really like the pick, and no matter what he was doing to pressure me, he was freezing the wave for a while, and the jungler was top. It didn't matter. I was catching XP, and then whenever bot or Josh made a monkey play and jumped in, I could just press R. And
True.
I do have a question to ask.
Yeah.
What do you think about your next matchup, Lokesh and Jacob?
What do I think about my next matchup? Well, all I'm gonna say is I'm a little worried for Bambi's Baskets because I think they're a bit better than people make them out to be. I think there might be, apart from League Ballers, which we obviously lost to, I think they're probably going to be our hardest matchup yet. So that's all I'm gonna say. I have mad respect for all players on Bambi's Baskets. I think they're all really fucking good, and I'm excited to not solo kill Red Lightning 20 million times in lane because he's gonna fucking play Cho'Gath mid.
Yes.
Nope.
Nobody solo kills me, and
What do you mean?
I don't. I was gonna finish that up with something else. It's not like nobody solo kills me. Nobody solo kills me and still wins in farm.
What do you mean? I did that.
I think I had more by the end of the game,
No, that's just
and
not
that's all
true.
that matters. I'm pretty sure you weren't farming very much when you were running it down the next 9 deaths after that while your team won.
Red Lightning after hitting every minion, just like, oh my god, one more CS. Oh, give me more, baby.
Yeah,
Already
actually, I think the
Whoa.
last time I played against you, Brandon, I think that was your Silas game where you got a solo kill and then ran it under my turret in a gank like 2 seconds later.
Doesn't count.
I
That's cool.
think it might. I think it might count.
Nah, if I'm under your tower, then I still killed myself.
I
True.
got the kill though.
Nah, very simple.
Either way,
Nah.
congratulations on your win, both Lokesh and Jacob here. You guys both look great. And look forward to seeing you not win your next game because it's against me, but win all of your rest. Once again, congratulations, and thanks for coming on.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
All right, now
All
get
right.
out of here.
Dude, just
End the
okay.
fucking stream.
Get out of
Oh,
here.